Hello and welcome, Dodger fans, to another episode of the Let's Talk Blue podcast. I'm your host, Evans Barnes. Today is Monday, March 30th, 2026, and the Dodgers have started the season off right with a sweep of the Arizona Diamondbacks. We're going to talk about this series with the D-backs that just wrapped up. We're also going to look ahead to the series with the Guardians that starts tonight. First off, though, we're going to start with this D-back series. If you'll remember from the last episode, I predicted that the Dodgers would sweep. I thought that the first two games, the Dodgers were going to win pretty handily, and the third one was going to be a close one. I think I had a pretty good feel for the first game and the third game. Second game went a little differently than I expected. But we'll get into all of that. We're going to start with game one first. Yoshinobu Yamamoto versus Zach Gallen. Zach Gallen was very, very good through 4 innings. Came back out for the 5th and got touched up a little bit. Dodgers got into the bullpen, touched up the bullpen a little bit. Andy Pages went deep. Will Smith went deep. And at the end of the day, the Dodgers ended up scoring 8 runs. Yoshinobu Yamamoto looked good. Didn't look excellent or maybe up to the World Series MVP standards that he set for himself in October last year. But 6 innings, 2 earned runs, 6 strikeouts. Really the only blemish, he got touched up by Perdomo a little bit. But everyone else in this Diamondbacks lineup, he held down pretty good. The Dodgers bullpen ended up throwing up zeros. Blake Trinan, Will Klein, Tanner Scott, all scoreless innings. So good things there. I think my biggest takeaway from this game one was just how bad the Diamondbacks bullpen was. But that was no surprise. Game two, like I said, went a little bit differently than I expected. I really had Emmett Sheehan tapped as a breakout candidate this year. Really liked what I saw from him down the stretch last year, especially in the games that he started during the regular season. Got a little shaky out of the pen, but for the most part, I really liked what I saw at Emmett Sheehan last year. And I thought that this was going to be a big season for him, and it still might be, but it was not a good start. We saw some weird things with his fastball velocity going down as the game went on. Hopefully, though, it's just a little early season mechanical issue, and we'll get that all sorted out. But for the first start, it was disappointing from Emmett Sheehan. There's no doubt about it. See if I can find this final line. Emmett Sheehan, 3 1/3, 4 earned runs, 2 walks, 6 K. So he did get his strikeouts in, but the walks a little concerning, and the 5 hits. Ryan Nelson, who I really did like coming into the game, and he pitched pretty well. Ended up getting roughed up a little bit there in that 3rd inning, but for the most part, Ryan Nelson was pretty good. We saw Mookie go oppo in this game, which was extremely encouraging, and we got a big RBI for the go-ahead run at the end of the game there for Kyle Tucker. A great way to break Kyle Tucker in Dodger blue. And then we saw Edwin Diaz come in and slam the door in the 9th to get his first save as a Dodger. So while I did think that the Dodgers were going to win this one a little more handily, it was great to see those two guys come up in the clutch for the first time in Dodger blue. The third game, I think I had a little bit of a better idea of how that was going to go. Eduardo Rodriguez was extremely good in the WBC. He continued that success against the Dodgers in this game. And if Eduardo keeps this up, he's gonna probably earn himself some money in free agency, because he has been very, very good in this past start against the Dodgers, and when he pitched for Venezuela in the WBC championship. 5 innings, no earned runs, 5 strikeouts, 4 hits, 2 walks. So, Eduardo, hats off to you. But the Dodgers were able to get into the bullpen. And that's really the story of the series. The D-backs bullpen is atrocious. I don't see how they're going to hold a whole... They're not going to hold very many leads this year unless they make some moves, make some trades, or maybe they have some guys in the minor league system that they can bring up. But I feel like if they had that they would have done it, because the product that they put out there was just atrocious. And the Dodgers took advantage of it. Glaz pitched very well, 6 innings, 2 runs, 6 Ks, a couple runs early, but then he settled in. Those last 3 innings there, all zeros, and he handed the ball off to Alex Vezia. He put up a scoreless inning. Will Klein put up a scoreless inning, and then Edwin Diaz came in and slammed the door back-to-back nights after a huge tank to dead center from Will Smith in the bottom of the 8th inning on the Will Smith bobblehead night, which was great. It was great to see. You listen to Will talk in his interviews, and the way the guys in the clubhouse talk about him. So to see a guy like that have a moment like that, especially after how big he came up in the World Series last year in Game 7, it's just awesome to see. Congratulations to Will. But yeah, Dodgers sweep. You love the sound of that. And all good things out of this series. The only thing I would say is maybe the offense underperformed slightly, considering how bad the D-backs pitching is. But they got the job done, and we're moving forward to this series against the Cleveland Guardians. Tonight, we have Hiroki Sasaki versus Parker Messick. Messick made 7 starts, I believe, last year, but he pitched very well in them. ERA under 3. He was regarded as a highly touted prospect, and I think Parker Messick is going to end up being a staple of this Guardians rotation for many years to come. He's going to be pitching against Hiroki Sasaki tonight, who has been a little bit of Jekyll and Hyde. We saw it in the playoffs last year. He pitched well, and then he didn't pitch well. In spring training, he comes out, walks a lot of people, gives up runs, but then he comes out and he goes 1, 2, 3. You don't really know what you're going to get from Hiroki. If we get the good Hiroki tonight, I wholeheartedly believe the Dodgers win. If we get the bad Hiroki tonight, it's going to be tough. I don't like predicting Dodgers pitchers to have bad games. I'm not going to predict that the Dodgers lose, but there's a greater than 0 chance that they do, for sure. I feel much more confident about Game 2, where Shohei is going to go up against either Tanner Bybee or AAA spot start guy Logan Allen, depending on Bybee's health and what the Guardians want to do there. And then in Game 3, we're going to see Gavin Williams against Yoshinobu Yamamoto. So 2 and 3, I like the Dodgers. The Dodgers are going to have a starting pitching advantage, even though Bybee and Gavin Williams are great young arms. We're talking about Shohei and Yamamoto. The Guardians lineup is also not one that I would say should be feared. The Guardians do have Jose Ramirez. He's the best third baseman in all of baseball, and one of the most consistent hitters in all of Major League Baseball as well. And they also have Chase DeLauter, rookie. He had a really good weekend, so we'll see how that goes. And we'll have our eyes on DeLauter and Jose Ramirez. But the rest of the Guardians lineup doesn't pack a whole lot of punch. I think that the main reason that the Guardians end up in the playoffs year after year is because they develop pitching, and they've clearly done so very well. They have some young, talented arms, but I don't think they're going to be able to match up against the Dodgers tomorrow and Wednesday. Now, tonight could be a different story just based on the volatility of what we've seen from rookie Sasaki. So I am going to predict that the Dodgers sweep the series, but if they don't, it's probably going to be because we get a bad night out of Roki Sasaki tonight. So fingers crossed that Roki has complete control of his command tonight. He's landing the splitter for strikes. If we see that, I think that we're going to see a Dodgers victory. But runs are going to be at a premium in the final two games of the series, maybe much more so than this first game. I think my prediction is a fairly high-scoring game in the first game. Maybe the Dodgers win 9-6, and then we see a little bit lower scores in these next two games, especially if Bobby does end up making a start. But even if he doesn't, we got a lefty making a spot start. Probably don't have a lot of film on him. So I think there's a fairly decent chance that the Dodgers lineup gets held down a little bit more over these next two games, more so than this first one. Even though I very much like Parker Messick, and I think that he pitched very well last year. There's sort of the tape out there on him now. He's made 7 big league starts. We've seen him in spring training, so that's my prediction. Dodgers end up scoring 8 or 9 runs tonight, win by a few, and then we see some lower scoring tire games Tuesday and Wednesday. But I am predicting the Dodgers to win all 3 of these games and start the season off 6-0. So I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna go watch the game myself, and I hope that you guys will be watching as well. And I'll see you next time. At the end of this Guardian series, we'll look back on it, and then we'll look forward to the Nationals, I believe. So, till next time, go Blue.